I was such a cheerful giver that I gave up my salary and more to a total stranger. Not because I was in love with the stranger. No, I didn't even know him from a damn. The thing is that this money is just 50,000 naira. This money cannot fly you out of the country. I don't even know who is who. So if I should not trust anybody, I thought it's something they should have explained to me before now. I was like, God, yes, this is it. This is the part where you take me. It's Chubby Guy in transit. So have you ever been scammed? Like, have you ever lost money in any way at all? This was how I got scammed 2 times in my 9 to 5. Hi, my name is Ifoma. Nice to meet you. This happened sometime in September 2022. Okay, so there are different layers to this story. For the first time in a long time, I had to go work. I worked in different places at different points in my life, but this time was different because this was the first time I was supposed to be earning salary. The different places I've worked is either I'm just helping out, like just for the sake of it, or I'm learning something. But this time I had to go work as a sales girl in one place. I'm not going to say what kind of work it was, but it has to do with sales and attending to customers and all of that. This was the period that ASU was on strike, and I'm just basically at home doing nothing but make videos. And to my family members, making videos is basically joblessness. When I started the work, I was like, this is not that bad. I mean, it's bad, but like, it's not that bad. It's not something I cannot manage. I'll not say the nature of the work I did back then, but just know that it involves attending to customers. It's transactional, like has to do with money. The first week I came, I was already hearing that some money were missing under somebody's account. The account is not balanced, that kind of thing. I'm like, okay. One other thing I have to add is that we accept payments through POS. We also give out cash. The sharp POS business, you know how that goes. So basically, there's always money with whoever is handling the POS. As a new person there, as the undergraduate, as my boss will call me, she's like, you're going to start handling money now. I know nothing can happen under you. I mean, I'm just there like, because she's just like, don't worry, you're going to see how Ifeoma is going to handle this. She's not going to be like, this woman was hyping me. In my head, I'm like, God, I better go. Let me not go and fall somebody's handle. You know when somebody hypes you too much, even you that are hyping, you're not like, there's a type of way you be nice to me and I'm suspecting. I'm like, this does not look pure. This does not look like it's going to last for long. I mean, I'm capable and everything, but trouble knocked and I opened the door. The thing that happened was that this guy, his name is Joseph, so he was eating and talking very, very early in the morning, like around 9-10 a.m. They were talking and everything, and he was saying stuff about like how he would leave this place soon and how he's tired of everything and how they don't appreciate the things that he does and how the woman is owing him salary. I was just overhearing everything they were saying and how he would leave this place very soon, and if the woman does not pay him the money that she's owing him, he's going to go to her other branch, our other shop, to go and pack some items, which is one of the things we sell, going to pack it and leave. If she does not pay him, then a call came in. His phone rang and he picked the call and he was like, hello ma. Okay, I should give the other girl. Let's call her Kenny. She's not Kenny in real life. He was answering the call. Kenny and I were doing the work we were doing. And after the call, but they call her mommy. So she was not like, wait, is that mommy? He was like, yes. They sent him on an errand to go and buy stuff to cook. I don't even know, I was not hearing them very well. While I was trying to collect the money from her, then she was not like, she's not with any money, that Ifeoma is now in charge of the money. If you want anything, go and meet her. That's what she told him. Then he came to meet me. He was like, mommy said I should collect money to go and buy fish. I will turkey. I don't even know. And I was like, how much? He said 15,000. I checked the money with me. The money with me was up to 15,000. I think it was like 20,000 ish. I got the money and gave this young man, and then this young man left. After like an hour or so, the boss called me. I said, is Joseph there? I said no. She said, where is he? I said, I don't know. He left not quite long. Then it occurred to me that he actually went to buy something. So I told her that, yeah, he left. He said you sent him on an errand. She's like, me? Send him where? At that point, I was like, what's happening here? And I said, but ma, you called him this morning that he said you sent him on an errand. Then she was like, what did he tell me? I said, he said you sent him to go and buy something and you said he should collect money from me. She said, how much? I said 15,000. She ended the call. I did not think this was a big deal until she came. After the call ended, the other girl knew that Kasala don't buzz. But me, my own innocence, man, I still feel like everything is under control. The boy left to come buy something. He will come back. Then she came. The first thing she said was so I called you and I ended the call, and you cannot call me back. In my mind, I'm like, well, we're not done talking. I mean, if you still wanted to talk, why did you hang up? I didn't even know what to say to her because I already knew that I was really in trouble. So I just told her I didn't have airtime. She said, you cannot flash me. I was like, I thought we have bigger problem. Why are we addressing the issue of me not calling you back? I don't know. I did not tell her this. That was what was going through my head. Then she started talking. In fact, she invited two guys. They were unknown to me. Maybe the other people knew them. She invited them to come and witness what was happening. At that point, I was like, okay, maybe 9 to 5 is not for me. In fact, this is not even 9 to 5. This is 8 to 8. I was basically spending 12 hours there. She said they called her in the other branch of her store that this boy came, packed his things, and left. So that's how they knew that he has jackpot with the money. The thing is that this money is just 50,000 naira. This money cannot fly you out of the country. So like, why your standards that low? Maybe 15,000 naira is the money that the woman was owing him. I don't even know who is who. So if I should not trust anybody, I thought it's something they should have explained to me before now. Okay, she said something that made sense. She's like, why would I give somebody money when I did not confirm from her first? So what I should have done in that situation is call her and ask, should I or should I not give so and so money? That made sense, but that did not come to my head because obviously it was in my presence that this boy received the call. This boy faked that call. She never called him that morning. So maybe probably planned with someone before that time to call him so that it looked like the woman called. Everything was messing in my head that day. Today, this boy is nowhere to be found. I mean, they did not look for him because he's a pretty jobless and useless person. So nobody can look for that kind of person. So everything fell on my head that day. I took all the insults. I'm like, okay, this is not for me. Clearly, it's not for me. I should probably not even continue. Everything got too heavy on me, and I started crying. And she was like, why are you crying? You know that what you did is wrong, and you cannot even take responsibility for your actions, and you are here crying. If I want to talk like this, you say you're shouting at me. I'm like, Maya, literally the one raising your voice on me. So like, how am I the one shouting at you? You know, that whole mind game kind of thing. She even said, call the person that helped you to find the job. At that point, I'm like, I wanna go home. And my mind, I'm like, why are we not even trying to look for the boy? He probably has not even gone far. Now, I'm going to fast forward to the second week I started working, and another thing happened. So on that Wednesday, we opened the store, and then a customer came in. Normally, they would not come in this early. So this guy walked in. It's always a guy. I don't even know. So he came and said he wanted to withdraw, how much? 1K. Yeah. One pretty broke guy like that. So he did not have his card, and he said he wanted to make a transfer. And so to my account, I usually accept the transfers on. He did the transfer to my bank, and I was waiting for the confirmation. He was in a hurry, and I should check. I said, I've not seen. So I check my bank app, and I said, I don't have data to check my bank app, so you are going to have to wait till the SMS drops. 10 minutes later, I did not see anything. So like 15 minutes later, that's when the credit alert came in, and I gave him cash. He now said, I told you. I said, I know you told me, but it's not about you telling me. I have to see it. That's how it works. Then he said he wanted to make another transfer. Said he wanted to withdraw 20K. 20 something K. When I tried to bargain it, I said no. Then he did the transfer of 22,400, I guess. He did the transfer. He showed it to me. I can't screenshot on bank apps. He uses Kuda, so he did transfer on Kuda. He did the first one on Kuda. The second one on Kuda. What he showed me, probably know what I should have taken note of. He did the transfer, and I counted the money, and I gave him 22,000 without seeing the alert.
It was at this moment that she knew.
I was like,
she fucked up.
Will this thing come in? He said yes. I mean, that was very foolish of me to even ask him, will this thing come in? Because if I could be strict and stand my ground for 1K, why should I not be like that for 22,000 naira? That's what you're probably thinking. That's what I'm asking myself today. So he dropped the bag, a small bag, in front of the store. He said he was coming back, So I was like, okay, even if the money is not coming, no. Now when you come back, you go to have to do transfer again, no. He said okay. Then say like about 20 minutes later, I checked, and the money has not come in. This time I even now actually bought data so that I could check my bank app. I refreshed my bank app. Thing has not come in. So like 1 hour later, somebody walked into the store. Someone that looked like him, but it was not him. I was checking my phone like somebody that was expectant. because I was expectant. I was expecting my money. Nothing came in. I was like, God, yes, this is it. This is the part where you take me. Because it's either you take me or I just run away like the boy that ran away before. Because like I'm supposed to be smart in situations like this. Like why am I actually so easy to be fooled? So how we do it at this place I work is that every day everybody does their accounts of the things that they sold, the money that came to their hand, the money that they gave out, how everything happened. Me as someone that receives transfer for payments and for cash withdrawals and everything, all the money that came into my bank account, I have to transfer it back into the official bank account, which is the bank account of my boss. Every day I do that transfer. So we closed for work that day. The time for me to do the transfer came and there was nothing for me to transfer. Sometimes I do the transfer right before I go home. Sometimes I do it when I get home. And I got home that day, I was like, I was ready to take this thing to my grave. For somebody that's earning a salary of 20,000 naira, I gave out my salary and even more. So even if I was supposed to pay this money back at the end of the month with my salary, I'll still be owing the person I employed me. I'll still be owing my boss. So I did not tell anybody. And I still made that transfer that night. Not because the money later came in. I just withdrew it from my saving app and I sent it to my boss. I used the money that was supposed to be for something else to pay. After that day, I was like, this job is probably not for me. Maybe 9 to 5s are not for me. At the end of the day, my family still knew September was the first month of 2022 for me. I just settled everything behind closed doors. There are some things that are better left unsaid. I know I've done something foolish. I just don't want anybody to remind me. I've learned my lesson on my own. I later stopped working there after 1 month. Yeah, I did not continue in October. I even lied. I think I let her that I was going back to school. And if you think about it, it's actually not so much of a lie because I also caught up distracted in October. And I had to go back to school. So like, I was not lying. Till this very moment you're watching this video, they didn't know that this kind of thing happened. That I gave out money to a total stranger by mistake. Kenny, that colleague of mine, till today she did not know that kind of thing happened. My boss that I sent some money to, till today she did not know that kind of thing happened. That's how coded I always like my business to be. I don't want any pity party. I don't want anybody saying, oh, sorry that happened to you. No, please, thank you. Save the sorry and pity this for someone else and is it. I don't need it. I feel like I went to work there not to be paid in cash, but to be paid with experience. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video.